And they can hear you.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here to present to you on the Certified in Public Health Credential. So thank you, Professor Mills, for inviting us. Tonight we'll be discussing the Certified in Public Health and how it's populating the public health workforce right now, and why it's important for you to sit for the CPH exam and successfully pass the CPH exam to be recognized in the field and to build your resume, as well as invest in your career. So you want to prove that you've met and can maintain a national standard by taking the CPH exam. My name is Kate Brundage. I'm the Certification Program Manager for NBPHE, and again, we're in DC. I'm going to send Professor Mills the candidate handbook along with the content outline and the CPH flyer that will have the study materials for you, and he can disseminate that to you. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and email us at info@nbphe.org. I'll also send this presentation over to you guys as a YouTube and also as a the PDF. So I'm just going to skip the table of contents for time's sake, and we'll get right into it. So what is the CPH credential? The CPH credential is the only credential in public health that proves mastery of key public health sciences, both core and cross-cutting. And it also demonstrates your commitment to the field through continuing education focused on emerging and established public health issues. The CPH exam acts as a standard benchmark to measure an individual's grasp of contemporary public health topics. The recertification process elevates public health professionals to be on par with other health professions, maintenance of their licenses, credentials, and certifications. And we also have a code of ethics that all CPH professionals must agree to uphold and ensure that essential services are delivered based on evidence and equity. So the CPH is not just an exam, it's a credential, which means it has a governing board of directors, it has eligibility requirements, and an entrance exam and a recertification process every 2 years with a code of ethics that all CPH must agree to adhere to. And how did the CPH come about? We all know who ASPPH is, right? They are the Membership Association for Schools and Programs of Public Health. Then there's APHA, the American Public Health Association, which is the membership association for individuals involved in public health. So some of you may already have a student membership with APHA, and I believe Northern Illinois University is a member of ASPPH. But basically, these two organizations, the U.S. Surgeon General went out with a call to the field to form a task force to credential public health workers in 1980. And the task force reached out to stakeholders in the credentialing process, and the group evolved into the Steering Committee on Public Health Workforce Credentialing in 1999. And then ASPPH's executive committee approved developing an independent board of public health to issue examinations and provide those who passed the CPH exam with a public health credential in 2002. And then the NBPHE was created in 2005, and the first CPH exam was administered both internationally and nationally in 2008, with 500 qualifying professionals being awarded the credential. So the legal status is that the NBPHE is a 501c6 nonprofit organization. There is no license currently to work in public health, but this is a voluntary certification exam that you can take to practice in public health. And while it's not a license, some schools and programs are requiring you to sit for the CPH exam and pass the exam before they'll award you with your MPH. And then others, employers, are now putting a preference or a requirement for the CPH in order to work in public health. So the CPH Code of Ethics, every CPH professional will sign the Code of Ethics every time they recertify, which is every 2 years. And these are what the Code of Ethics, these are our Code of Ethics, place the safety and health of public above all other interests, demonstrate integrity, honesty, and fairness in all activities, and strive for excellence in all matters of ethical conduct, undertake work utilizing skills that ensure competent performance, act truthfully and speak in good faith in an objective manner based on knowledge of facts and competence of subject matter, protect confidential information that may bring harm to an individual or a community, act in a timely manner in disseminating information that protects the health of the public, act in a manner free of bias with regard to religion, ethnicity, race, age, national origin, or disability, and respect the rights of individuals in the community, accurately represent academic and professional qualifications, maintain competency requirements through recertification, acknowledge that the credential is the property of NBPHE, uphold and abide by policies and procedures required by NBPHE to remain in good standing, and use the NBPHE logo and credential as authorized by NBPHE. We've never had an ethical violation. Nobody's ever breached the Code of Ethics so far. The exam has been administered since 2008. However, if we do have systems in place, our board would select a subcommittee who would investigate the validity of the accusations. And if they prove to be true, our subcommittee would determine if it was warrant enough to revoke the CPH credential. And if it was revoked, we would take the person's name off of our CPH registry, as well as ask them to mail back the certificate. So while we haven't had anything happen with the CPH, I can tell you that, you know, there are situations where this happens. My last position, I was in a construction credentialing association, and if they built a bridge and it fell down, you know, they are liable, and we could be held responsible if we certified somebody who wasn't up to par or didn't qualify. So so far, the CPH hasn't had any ethical issues, and we hope that that continues. But we would have an audit committee get together and investigate the findings. The NBPHE Board of Directors is comprised of 6 committee members, 13 board of members at large, 2 honorary members, and 2 staff members. These are some of the organizations that employ our NBPHE board members. We are a proud member of the Institute for Credentialing Excellence. This is, the ICE is an association that credentialing agencies can join to show commitment to excellence in CPH or in certification programs. And we have plans to apply for the National Commission for Certifying Agencies, NCCA Accreditation, which would basically mean that the NBPHE has met and can maintain professional standards of excellence with all of our processes of ethics, governance, test development, security, and making sure that we have proper protocols in place. Okay, so our mission and vision, the number one vision of the NBPHE is to professionalize the field of public health and to raise visibility of the field itself. And we strive to do this by administering the only public health examination that encompasses all core and cross-cutting areas of public health. We want to create an elite community of certified graduates, working professionals, faculty leaders, and pioneers in public health. The CPH credential, like most certifications, demonstrates dedication and commitment to the field. And the vision includes having a core standard body of knowledge for public health professionals to follow. And lastly, to promote continuing education and lifelong learning. Since 2008, we have credentialed over 5,600 CPH professionals. We have 500 provisional CPH professionals at any given time, and I'm going to go into what that means. We have 2,000 applicants in the pipeline at any given time. We have 10 schools and programs that require that you pass the CPH exam in order to graduate with your MPH. We have 13 schools and programs that offer discount for a significant volume of their student body studying for the exam, and we offer them free study materials, as well as 6 organizations that are strongly encouraging their staff and their memberships to earn the credential. So why the CPH? I have my MPH, so why do I need CPH? So as I said, we have 10 schools and programs that are now requiring you to pass the exam to graduate with your MPH, which means that students and alumni will not earn their MPH without achieving CPH certification first, which tells us that the CPH exam tests knowledge and competencies that a graduate level student or alumni should know in order to graduate with an MPH and work in the field of public health. And so the CPH should be your next stop after earning the MPH and achieving a leadership role in public health. And because we have 10 schools and programs that are requiring you to get the CPH in order to graduate, that could continue, that trend could continue, and you're going to start seeing more MPH CPHs out there because employers are using the CPH as a hiring tool. So you want to distinguish yourself from thousands of resumes that simply say MPH by adding the CPH. And it says that you're willing to take time out of your busy schedule to take the next step in your career, show that you're dedicated and serious about the field of public health. It gives you a chance to outshine your competitors in the profession. It proves that you have mastered all core and cross-cutting areas of key contemporary public health sciences. Go above and beyond your education. Prepare for and sit for a voluntary examination, probably on your weekend off, which says something to employers. Maintain the CPH credential with continuing education. So briefly, I just want to touch upon, we opened a trial period where we had a pilot for individuals who have a bachelor's degree in any concentration with a minimum of 5 years of public health work experience verified by employers and transcripts. So individuals for about 3 months in the summer of 2015, individuals that had 5 years of public health work experience plus a bachelor's in any concentration could sit for the CPH exam. The office was flooded with applications, and everybody in the public health workforce is trying to get the credentials, so we actually made it a permanent eligibility criteria, which means that the exam isn't just for students and alumni of CPH accredited schools and programs anymore. It's now for individuals who are in the public health work, who are in the field currently. So what does that mean for you? Since opening our eligibility to individuals who are already in the public health workforce, the CPH is populating the public health workforce, and more employers are acknowledging the credential and offering to pay or pay for the exam fee or reimburse you for recertification fees. More employers are offering a salary increase or promotions to those that earn the credential. Like I said, there are organizations that are offering a discount and free study materials, as well as some organizations are setting up learning courses to prepare their employees for the exam. As we said, there are schools that are having a requirement for you to take the exam to get your MPH, while other schools are offering a discount, and we're seeing a trend of employers putting a preference or a requirement for the CPH in their job postings. So students. Some students are required to earn the CPH to graduate with their MPH. So when you graduate and enter the public health workforce, you're going to see your peers and or competitors with the MPH and the CPH behind their name because they were required to get it. So don't get left behind. You want to earn the credential, whether your school or program extends a discount or requires the examination, you should still sit for the CPH exam while you're in school, while it's fresh in your mind, because you're at a disadvantage against your MPH, CPH peers if you don't. Who accepts the CPH? Why do employers care about the CPH? This is one of our members from one of the health departments, and she says that as a public health administrator in both local and state health departments, I was often responsible for hiring decisions. I found a great deal of variability in the form and content of graduate degrees in public health. The CPH credential, recognizable by employers, provides assurance that an applicant possesses a solid knowledge base in core public health content areas routinely used in practice in health departments. So ASPPH has a website called Public Health Jobs. So if you go to publichealthjobs.org, this is a website that is specifically for public health jobs only. So we're starting to see that employers are putting a preference for the CPH or a requirement in the CPH to work for them. And so this is a snapshot of the organizations that are currently requiring you or preferring you to have the CPH to work for them. And again, this webinar will be sent to you. So the CPH process, so you determine your eligibility, and then you take a 200-question exam with 12 domain areas, and then after you're certified, there's a recertification process with the Code of Ethics. So all graduates of CPH accredited schools and programs of public health are eligible to sit for the exam, and Northern Illinois University is CPH accredited. So graduate students who have completed or are enrolled in the coursework of biostatistics, epidemiology, environmental health, health policy and management, and behavioral sciences are eligible to sit for the CPH exam. We have work experience, and then just to mention, if you sit for the exam as an alumni and you pass, you're automatically certified. You're an active CPH. If you're a student and you sit for the exam and you pass, you're provisionally certified. So you're not going to be an active CPH until you graduate, and you don't have to do anything after you pass the exam. The representatives at your school will log in and key in your graduation date. They know what to do, and then so you'll get certified, which means you'll get the username and password to the Research portal to track your credits. You'll get a virtual certificate. You'll be able to put the CPH on your business cards, social media platforms. You'll be placed on the search for a CPH registry where employers can go and verify your active CPH status. You'll also be given a digital certificate that you can upload to LinkedIn so everyone can click on your certificate and see that it's active. You'll get quarterly newsletters about upcoming recertification activities so that you know and can be aware of activities occurring in your area so you can earn recertification credits. The CPH exam has 3 areas. One for general principles. There's 25 questions. Your core areas are going to be 30 questions in biostatistics, 30 questions in epidemiology, 30 in environmental health sciences, 30 in health policy management, 30 in social and behavioral sciences. And then you'll have 25 questions in the cross-cutting area, which are communication and informatics, diversity and culture, leadership, professionalism, program planning, public health biology, and systems thinking. You have 4 hours to sit for the exam. It's 200 questions. You are not allowed to use calculator or scratch paper. However, I've been told that the biostatistics questions are just recognizing formulas rather than doing math. The CPH exam is offered all year round. Starting May 15th, you can sit for the exam anytime you want, Monday through Sunday, as long as the testing facility is open. And so you would just register for the exam. Your school would verify that you were a student, and you would schedule your exam at the testing location. Then on that day, drive to that testing location, sit for the exam, and then your scores will be printed out for you so you know whether you passed that day. So you would want to go to our testing vendor's website to create an account. Then your school will verify that you're a student or an alumni, and then you'll pay online and schedule your exam. The first time you need to reschedule is free. If you need to reschedule after that, it's $125. You have 2 years of eligibility from the time that you start your application. And PSI is our testing vendor, so that would be the phone number you would need to call if you need to reschedule or schedule at all or deferrals. You can retake the exam as many times as you'd like. There's no limit on how often you can test. And the study materials that we offer, you can find on our website. They're all free to you except for the ASPPH CPH study guide. The study guide is $39.99, and if you purchase that, you'll have an online interactive way to study all the core areas and cross-cutting areas and definitions, terminology, overviews, resources, that sort of thing. The CPH content outline is your map to the exam. It's free to you online. You just want to go and print that off. And actually, I'm going to send that over to Professor Mills after this presentation. So you'll have the content outline and you'll have the handbook. The sample questions and the practice exams are online, and we have 3-hour-long webinars on each of the core areas so you can study. We also do a 2-day learning course every year at APHA's annual meeting. And this year it'll be Saturday, November 4th and through Sunday, November 5th. And then if you wanted, you could sit for the exam on the 3rd day at the conference. I wanted to show you the schools that are requiring that you pass the exam to earn your MPH. These are the schools. And then these are the schools and programs that give a discount and free study materials for the CPH examination for about 20 to 30% of their student body sitting. And then these are the organizations that, if you belong to these organizations, you will get a discount on the exam and free study materials as well. And like I said, the only study material that costs is the ASPPH CPH study guide, and it's $39.99. And these are, all these organizations want their membership or their personnel to get certified with the CPH. Prices and discounts. So the standard fee for the exam is $385. Like I said, there are some schools and programs that are giving a discount for significant volume, which is $315. So if you have a student membership with APHA, you could sit for the exam for $315 with free study materials. And I'm not sure, but I think the student membership with APHA would be cheap. But you could look into that. That might be a way to get a discount on the exam. And then lastly, the schools that require the exam, they get a discount of $250. Do we still have time for recertification? This is pretty much it.
You can talk about recertification.
Okay. So every 2 years, you would recertify with 50 CPH recertification credits. So that breaks down to 25 credits per year. And if you think about it, let's say you join APHA and you go to their annual meeting. Their annual meeting is like 4 days, and it's, you get 8 hours or 8 credits per day. So, you know, if you went to APHA twice, there you go, boom, you're done. You can recertify. But there's tons of activities you can do in public health to obtain CE credits for recertification. So don't be scared by the 50 because, you know, there's a lot you can do. And then you would have your own portal where you would track your credits. You don't have to upload any documents at this point, but at this point, all you would do is just log in and key in that you attended, you know, public health courses, went to a conference, you were faculty or a volunteer, or you sat on a board or a committee, or you wrote questions for the exam or the study guide, or you had a dissertation or a podcast or a webinar, any kind of public health activity that is not part of your job, your employment, you can count for credit. And you're going to have your own portal, which will, you know, you can track your credits. We also have a database where you can find credits that are pre-approved. So while we pre-approve certain organizations to give CE credits for CPH recertification, you can still use organizations that are not pre-approved, as long as the activity relates to public health. That's all we really care about. And within your, so you can find credits and providers. We also have digital badges, which, you know, are visual representations of a skill or achievement. So when an employer goes to the search for a CPH registry and they key in your last name, your name and your NBPHE number and your active status along with your digital badges will show up. So, so that's kind of a cool feature, but we're also implementing digital certificates. Coming June 15th, digital certificates, you'll be able to upload these to your LinkedIn, and employers and peers will be able to view your certificate online with a unique, secure URL. And we'll also have the hard copy available, but this is the search for a CPH registry, where you can see that some people's digital badges are here, and you can print the certificate cover letter. So this is where employers go to verify. We also have merchandise, and we have Facebook and LinkedIn, where you can keep up with recertification opportunities in your area if you, besides the e-blasts that you'll receive.
Thank you very much.
That's, yeah, does anyone have any questions? I'm sorry, that was very fast.
Got a couple of public health people here, and I keep telling everybody my PhD's in public health, so I'm certainly a fan of it. I think with that, if you just want to send me an email with the link and that sort of stuff, that'll be great for the. Well, you're going to send me the slides as a PDF or something?
Yeah, I'm going to get you a PDF of the slides with the handbook and the content outline, but the YouTube link to watch this presentation again will take till tomorrow to get to you.
That's fine. Yeah, you can send everything tomorrow and I'll just post it. We use Blackboard, so I can just post it. Thank you very much, then. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, have a great day, everyone. Take the exam. Bye.
Take care. Bye.